Hi there, this is David Dettmann, and I'd like to welcome you to the recording of Saturday Night Live on the 16th. So here we go. I'll play it for you, and I hope you enjoy.
Good evening, everyone. This is Kathy Cooley and David Dettmann, coming to you from Saturday Night Live with David Dettmann, Learning Social Networking for Business. David is going to start this evening out with a short video, and then he will start talking after that. Feel free to send any questions or comments in the chat box over on the right-hand side. If you can't find it, then you click the orange arrow at the top and the box will come up. And I will be monitoring these questions, and at the times when I'm able to get a break, if he's done talking about something or asks, I'll pass the messages on to him, or if I know the answers, I'll answer them. Roland is saying hello, David. Yes, David, I do see her. Is Claire not able to see that she's in? Because she's on the list of people that's in the attendees list. He's asking if I can see Claire.
Yes, Claire is in.
Okay, yes. Yeah. All right. Anyways, it's time to hand it over to you, David.
Come and join Dave Dettmann on Saturday Night Live. It's a great way to get social networking tips. I just love how easy Dave makes it.
This looks bullshit. I never expected there would be a civil war because of Google Plus and Facebook. However, I offer my valor as Facebook can to defeat Google producers hail Facebook. ¿Quién está con pocos usuarios, pero viene con todo Google Plus?
Hey, what's up? This is Markland, and this week I have a tip for you. If you own a business or have a product and you want to learn how to gain visibility and drive new customers to your product through social networks and strategies, I highly recommend you adding David Dettmann free webinars on Saturday nights. He has valuable information about how to utilize Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all kinds of other social network sites to make your business shine, drive traffic, and bring people from the internet and across the World Wide Web to your brand. Do it.
It's time for phone talk with Joe Android and my friend, John Heigl. Yeah. Okay. Today we are going to talk about Google Plus and Facebook War. You know, Joe, I personally like Facebook better than Google Plus. That's weird, because I thought you loved Google Plus too. You crazy. If I had a choice to pee on a cat or join Google Plus, I would pee on a cat. Guess what? I think that MySpace could have killed Facebook a long time ago. Okay, now we are going down. Okay, folks, we are going to take a break before these things eat bang. What? You have to be kidding me.
All right, can everybody hear me, see the screen, and did the video come out all right? If you just type a yes or a no in the chat box, that'd be good. And I'll just start the slides up. Hopefully Google Docs will work. Here we go. Okay, for those people who are new, this is Saturday Night Live, and put a bit of an edge on social networking as it's a Saturday. Just a few quick things. This is Kath, who introduced me earlier in the webinar. Kath's a great person, helps out with most of my webinars, and is very easy to get to help you with your different businesses. So look up Kath. She's one of these people who will certainly steer you in the right way. Okay, just to let people know, I'm in Australia and I'm on my farm, so you will be hearing chickens in the background. Some of you may have seen this one before. What we're doing tonight is we're replaying live. However, we're redoing it. The Facebook Changes webinar, as people kept asking for a recording, and we didn't have a recording due to technical issues. And also people are just continuously asking for us to do it again, and so we wanted to sort of have another look through the changes on. Okay, as people would know, there is a bit of a war on between Google Plus and Facebook. We have covered webinars with Google Plus, so you can get them on my YouTube or on the Saturday Night Live website. All the recordings will be going on that site. Okay, so what is new with Facebook? Okay, first of all, I'm going to cover the settings, the account settings and the privacy settings. What you've got to keep in mind when you're using any social media site is you give away information, and that information can be used. Something like Facebook for marketing. You may have seen the Facebook ads. I'll bring up a Facebook page. Shut the slides down. So if I go to my profile, for instance, I mean, most of you would have seen the Facebook ads come up. If you haven't done Facebook marketing, you might sort of want to be interested in it, because the way it actually works is it targets information on Facebook. Well, what happened to the ads? They were there and then they went again. Shut this one down. Yeah, I'll drop down. So these sponsored ads for Facebook are very targeted ads. Facebook uses your information to work out what the best ads to be targeted to you, right through from your interests, pages you like, through to where you're like, your age range, everything down to whether you have children or not. So just be aware of what you give social networks. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. So if we go into account settings, we'll just go through them very briefly. They're just waiting for the page to load. Okay, as you can see, the basic account settings is your email, your username, your password. That's pretty standard. You've also got this security setting. Okay. Then you've got the other one, which is pretty interesting, is the apps. I'll just check the notifications again. Okay, so you can settle these how you want them. Like you can edit, for instance, photos. That just shows you what you want to be emailed about. Okay, so Now the applications, this is another one you want to look at. Okay. Now, whenever you allow a third-party application, you're giving them the rights to your information. However, Facebook is fairly strict with their third-party applications. But if they're unknown applications and not popular applications, I would highly recommend that you just take them off, because you end up getting a whole lot. So you can see there's ones here which I can't even remember how they got on here. So, I mean, for instance, this one here, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one. This is actually an iPhone application. Okay, that's an iPhone application. A lot of these are. If you see things which just sort of gel with what you're doing on a daily basis, all you need to do is go in and delete them. Okay, just press remove it, or ask you to confirm to remove it. Pretty much all these applications I do use. So, but that is your applications. Okay, and then you've got your mobile and your payments if you're using Google Ads. Right. The main reason I'm showing these is I'm not telling you what you should have and what you shouldn't have. I'm telling you which you should go through and be aware of what information you're giving it out to. Okay, if you use the toolbar, these two here are part of the toolbar, just let people know if you don't recognise them. Okay, and then you've got your privacy settings. Okay. Now, the default privacy setting is public. Now, it depends on what you're using Facebook for. Personally, I use Facebook for business. And even with the way Facebook is changing things up, trying to compete with Plus, you're still going to get people who want to add you as a friend on Facebook, even if you've got a business fan page. This is one of the things which people continuously say to me, how do I separate the two? The only way is you can really sort of deny people or put them in groups if you don't want to deny people. So you can have groups of people, and when you send out content, you send it to certain groups, and I'll show you that. So right now, because I have over 1,000 friends on Facebook, the majority of them are in business, so I don't use it for family. So I'm quite comfortable with having what information I've got online there. But you know, you can go in and edit the tags and block people who you don't want. Kath, did you have any information further on that?
I'm sorry, what was you mean on the
What I'm covered
default settings from the public?
Yeah, what I've covered so far.
No, not right. Not right at the moment.
Okay, cool. I'll go back to my home page, and you can see when I'm just going to say hello, and you can see here straight away you've got friends, lists of people you can send it to. So, for instance, if I just so even tags, places you're supposedly been, I'm still trying to get rid of that one. So when you add people, it's a good way to sort of start these lists, especially if you're in different businesses and you are letting them onto your profile page, not your fan page, but your profile page. That way, if you just want to send it, say you've got one for family, you can just send something to family, just like Google Plus. Or you can send it, you can send it to, for instance, MSS as a sample. Now I could put in where I am. I'm not here, but just giving you suggestions for Sydney. Now you may not want to do this, I'm just showing you which you can do it. I'd recommend which you think about what you put in there. Like I say, I don't mind because my location, no one can find me really. I mean, you can look me up online and you'll find me pretty quick, but I'm in a remote location where you need to pack lunch and have a 4-hour drive to get to me. Good luck finding me on Google Street Maps. You need GPS to get me. So I generally put Sydney or Newcastle, just simply because I don't want to put my direct address. But that's that's your choice whether you put anything or not. You might want to do it with your family if it's just your family. I know your views on that, Kathy. You don't like it one bit, do you?
No, I don't generally use that for the same reasons that you were giving to be cautious about.
Yeah. I mean, look, with social networking, once you put something online, it's out there. I mean, that's the thumb rule. I mean, someone could hack into Facebook and a whole lot of files could be easily accessed. It happens with major companies all the time. You just got to be cautious about what you put out there online. It's as simple as that. And one of the tips I was saying in the last webinar was when you go from emails or even from our toolbar, for instance, our toolbar is pretty safe. We've never had a problem with it. But I had an email from a friend on Twitter, and it said someone's written something bad about your blog. Now that person was someone in business who I trusted, and suddenly I've had my email opened. Like I've gone to click the email link, and the address for Twitter had one wrong letter in it, and everything looked like it was Twitter. And I should have looked at the address bar, and I didn't. That person was unaware they were sending it to me. So, there's all these different things. You just got to play the cautious side, but, don't lock yourself behind padded doors either. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that wasn't a big issue. I just changed my password, and they changed their password, and it stopped sending to people. So, but these are all the little quirks. I'll just go back to the slide. It's been a couple of weeks since we did these, so I've forgotten what we're teaching. Okay, so we've covered your info, your friends and family. Okay, introducing the subscribe button. Okay, I'll cover that. Now, when you're on someone's profile, you can see for some reason I've only got 2 subscriptions. If you go to your friends, probably just as easy for me to go down here. Go on, Bill. Don't know where Bill's on here tonight. No, I don't think he is. Anyway. Now, Facebook defaults subscribing to people. That means you're going to get their feed in your news list. A bit slow. As you can see here, unsubscribe to Bill. I can just tick that and unsubscribe. Okay, or I can choose. So I can just go unsubscribe. I can choose what interests. For instance, I don't really want to know what games Bill plays. I might be interested in his comments and likes. I'm probably interested in the rest. I suppose not photos, but you can custom this to whatever you want to come up when you're on your wall. All right. Or if it's someone who just keeps spamming you, but you want to keep them on your list, you just unsubscribe to them. You have a reason for keeping them on there. So you can just go into friends, and you just go through your friends and do it that way. Now the other thing which you'll see here is you got close friends and acquaintances, you got family, restricted, and you can make this. Oh no, it goes on your, like I can tick, for instance, any of these I want. These are ones I've made up, so you can custom that. So I mean, these are some of the main sort of changes. Yes, Kath?
One of the things about that unsubscribe link you were showing at the bottom there, when you unsubscribe but are still on their friends list, your messages still go to their newsfeed. And so you just want to be careful, one, that you're not saying anything about them because they'll see it. And, you know, be aware of the fact that what you're posting does go to their newsfeed. Personally, wouldn't recommend you go and, you know, unsubscribe from everybody so nobody else can get, you know, can post on your wall. That kind of goes against building relationships. But just an FYI for your records.
Thanks for that, Kath. Now, I would recommend doing the sort of thing I just did. I know it's tedious, but when you get new friends, at least probably go in, and if you're using it for business, you know, untick the things I unticked. You want to untick more things. I mean, things like status updates are probably the main thing, and comments and likes are probably the main things you want to keep. But I like that new idea. I mean, that's obviously come from similar sort of settings on Google+, so let people know. I'll go back to the slides. Get the right mouse. Okay, so we've just covered that. Hear from interesting people. You've always wanted to be subscribed to friends. You can hear from so on, so on, so on. Anyway, you guys get the general idea. I mean, the beauty is, I mean, before, I honestly, unless I go to the news feed, I'll tick and like things, but I've got, you know, over 1,000 people on there. It's really hard to keep up with content you're actually interested in. And in the past, you just got everything now. It's selected, so I think it's a good move. Okay, common questions. I think we've sort of covered most of this. Why do I have a subscribe button? You've always been subscribed to your friends. With the subscribe button, you can choose the updates. So pretty much I've covered that. This information's on Facebook if you want to go over it. And we've covered that as well. Okay, now we'll go to the news feed quickly. Okay, your news feed is just at home. Okay, so you choose your news feeds. You're also getting it up here as well now on pages. So if I go like that, I'll just scroll through. Isn't what I want to do. Let's try and remember how to do it now. We were able to select the stories you were getting. Maybe they've changed it again. Does anyone know how you change it? I love doing webinars and asking people how to do it. Now also, the news feed comes up in your chat bar. Okay, so as you can see here, so I suppose for people like me, if I'm in chat and I'm not using it, it's either annoying or it's helpful. You see it just keeps feeding. What then you got your friends down here. So just see. I just can't see what I'm doing, just checking our info boxes when we go to a meeting. Okay, so like I say, with this before, and if you want to hide this sidebar, it's as simple as this. You've also got the options. You can limit who you're going to chat to. That's another one I meant to mention in our last webinar. So if you just want to have close friends or people on certain that want to be disturbed, but you've got a close, group in your network who you always want to keep in touch with, and you sort of half want to be distracted but not, you can just go for a tick. So that's pretty cool. So that's why it's important to really group people on here now. If you don't want the bar to come up, you just put it down here. So that's something which is a little bit different, getting to like some of the Facebook changes. I know a lot of people get upset when they do change it continuously. Okay. Okay, I'll just read this page. Updates to news feeds. What types of content can appear in the news feed? In addition, from posts from friends and pages you follow, you'll see photo tags, friends, requests. Okay, so how has the news feed changed? All your news is now in one. The most interesting stories featured at the top. What is the top story? Sorry, some of these have been cut off and I never got back to fixing these. So what is a top story? The top stories are stories published since you last checked your news feed that we think you will find interesting. How to control what you see in the news feed, filtered by friends list, quick names of your list on the left side of your home page to view. Okay, you might just go back to that. So page to view. So here you could change it up. So the only reason I'm coming back here is I was sure there was a way you could change what you were receiving. I just don't see it here. It was here before. That was the thing last time we did the webinar. There was a bar here, which is confusing.
I'm sorry, David. You're trying to.
I'm trying to change what I'm receiving and who from. I'm sure in the last webinar we could change that.
I usually do it individually, so I can't answer that on a group basis.
Right, okay. So
I
you're
just hover over the top of their name.
right. So what you're saying is when we were back on the other page and we were subscribing to what we wanted to subscribe to, like if we go to a friend again, let's check. So we'll go back to my friends. I'll go to Cass page, for instance.
Now, top stories you do have some control over, because on the upper left-hand side on your news feed, in each story, there's a little arrow or little box that you can highlight and click as a top story or unmark as a top story.
Right, okay. Well, we'll go back again. this is what Kath's saying. We've covered this individually, changing what news feed you get. So I just sort of wanted to cover it, and not give the answers. So where are you saying, Kath?
In your news feed, there should be a little gray box in the corner of each post on the left, upper left. But I'm not seeing it on yours.
No, unless
that allows you to mark, yeah. Well, you've got it on the right there. You can mark as a top story if you want, where you highlight that. And then, yeah, I can see it now just a little bit over here on the corner, just above your name. There's a little grayed out triangle type space on the left of each post. No, on the left of each post. Like there, right in that corner, very tip corner, up at the top.
Yeah.
It's, scroll down you're almost there. You keep missing it. It's in the corner of the left hand.
Okay.
Yeah, right there. If you click that, it will make it, yeah, you click that, it'll make it a top story. And then from now on, anything that person puts up will come up as your top story list. If you don't want them as a top story and they are a top story, you can unmark it and it will put it back down at the bottom, and the majority of their messages will not pop up as a top story. The only difference there is if that person lists top story, it might pop up, but all you have to do is click that and it'll change it back to the way you want it.
Cool, I'm glad we covered that, because
Does that make sense?
I would have never found that, and I'm sure most of the people on the webinar would have never found that. I thought you were seeing things I couldn't see. But, I mean, you can also do it here as well. I'll just scroll down. This is what I found last time. I just couldn't find it again. It's interesting how it's come up here. Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, that's the other way to do it. I'm sure Facebook will change it by the next time we do the webinar. All right, moving along. We certainly covered that one. Okay, I should have actually read this out. From your home page, you can hover on the left side of the news feed. I've even written these things down. Okay, removing fan pages. Now, this is one which everyone always asks me, especially if you're someone who hits limits. There is a rule on Facebook which you can have over 5,000 friends or like 5,000 fan pages, or have a mixture, so you could have 50-50. Now, some of you probably haven't hit this, but it will come up. It's a strange way to do it, saying you should just be able to have only so many pages, but this is the way Facebook has done it for some time now. So if you have 4,999 friends, technically you can only like one fan page. If you have 100 friends, well, you can like 4,900 fan pages. So why it works this way, I don't know. So anyway, if you're using sites like You Like Hits, where you page likes, and I'll just show you for those people who use the toolbar. In here, go down to, I'm not going to show you the site, you can do this later. And the toolbar, for those people who are not using it, is free. I'm the founder of the toolbar. Okay, so if you go down to social building tools, now, I haven't looked at a few of these in a while, but the You Like Hits allows you to like fan pages and get people to like your fan page, or you can mix it up with other social media like YouTube video and get your fan page liked. So that's a whole other topic, but if you're looking for hits, there's a tip of the day or the night. Okay. But how you get to the point where if you cannot like any more fan pages, all you do is, once again, you go back to your profile. Close that down, I'll open it up. You go to edit profile. Now this is the quickest way to do it. You go to the individual pages, you actually have to go through, open each page up. Alright? But this way, all you got to do is open a box up, which I'll show you in a sec. What you do is you go to activities and interests. Hope it loads up. And then you go to other pages you like. Okay? Which will open the box up. Now, if you do hit the limits, I wouldn't go through and suddenly dismiss 2,000 fan pages. You're going to get you up on the Facebook radar. Mind you, these days they seem to be getting lax. But all you need to do is go through. Okay, this is interesting. Other pages you like. I'll do it again just in case it's played up. Okay, there used to be a box here you can tick, so I'm just going to make sure it's still here. Does anyone use this method lately and it's working? There used to be a box right down here which allowed you to untick. It seems to have gone missing.
I haven't used it recently, no.
All right, well, we're going to have to find out.
I haven't used it recently.
Well, we're going to have to find out another way to do it. Okay, well, that's... Because what used to happen, like I say, there was a box here where you could untick pages. I mean, this will still bring you up the pages, but you're going to have to go through painfully. And I'll look around for this method and open a new tab. May still work on other browsers, I do not know. But I used it probably about a week and a half ago and it was still working. So the standard method is you go through, and the ads don't come up. I hate that. And you go through an unlike. So instead of quickly ticking 20, you're going to have to go through and unlike them that way. Just close it down. Go to the next one. Oh, I've got all these fine ones. I think I like that one here. I'll pick the one I like. A different one. Okay, right now I still liking it. So just go unlike. Now look, that box might be there for you as well. So it's unlike now. You can see I've got quite a few pages there. So it might take you a little bit longer, but that's the way you can still do it. Hopefully this box of unticking will come up. Okay, so that's interesting. I learnt something new today. Okay, back to the slides. Okay, this is one you may see coming up on profiles. Adding your fan pages to your profile, so you can add your personal pages. I've got, I think, 4 pages at the moment, fan pages. If you go to my profile, if we scroll down, you'll see I've got pages. Mind the ads loading up. So people can see, what pages, how many friends like it. I don't have many friends like my fan page. That's not on. Might have to stir them up. Okay, you can see how many likes I get away. So, I mean, people will add you on your pages. Like with this one here for the toolbar, 673 likes, but only 52 of my friends are actually liking it. So, I mean, pages do work. You should at least have a personal page, so people will get to know you, and, depending on what products you do, you can have as many pages as you want for those products. Okay, so if I go into my page, okay, now as you can see, there's a little note come up. If you have a page, you've probably seen this. Facebook's trying to make the page better, connect with your audience. Okay, so they've also got this discussion application as well, which you would have seen in the past. And the other thing is, where does it come up? Two people are talking about this now. I'm not sure how to bring up who's talking about it. Okay. Let's shut that off. You can see the other thing too is you can see friends activity. That's reasonably new. So if friends are posting on this page to Laura and Kathy, so I can see exactly what my friends are saying about me. All right. Now if we go back to over here, you'll see the pages I like. All right, so you can also have, see I've got my 3 other pages here. Okay, and you can also see who owns the page. All right. Now, these things have to be added in, they're not default. And I believe you can add, not 100% sure, but I believe you can add other people's pages to these likes. I'm pretty sure you can. Should go to, Kath, do you have a page?
Yeah, I do. You can add the other people's pages, but they show them random. They'll like them if you have more than, I think, 5 at a time. It runs them through automatically.
All right, just like your friends list.
Mm-hmm. My pages are listed on my home page.
Right. It doesn't
but I don't
matter.
have the links readily.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You answered the question anyway. So, I mean, the other thing is you can now, this is the other thing which comes up. This is my Facebook profile. Now, I've chosen to add this. Now, if you are deliberately trying to stop people from adding you on your private profile, we talked about this earlier about using it for business or personal use in the mixture. I was telling you which I use it solely for business. I only have a few friends who are actual friends, so as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to have my page there so people add me. But if you don't have to have it there if you don't want people adding you on your personal profile. Now, how you sort this out is you go into your settings. Just got to remember how to do it again. Do you remember, Kath, where to go in?
Sorry, I was trying to resolve your issue with removing the pages. I didn't hear what you said.
How do I go in and edit pages which I like and edit my page owners and that? I swear they've changed it again.
I'm sorry, your sound was breaking up, David.
Where do I go in and edit the pages? Like what? As far as the
you have to. I don't see it right there. Are you on edit? Check edit info at the top.
I think that's what
All the way at the top in the middle there. Yeah.
I swear that's up since last time.
That's my biggest problem is they don't tell you in advance and they don't make it clear when they do.
Okay, this is the area.
Where it says featured.
Featured, that's right. Okay, as you can see.
You got it from here?
Yeah, I've got it from here. Okay, so as you can see, my featured likes. Now it should show you. You can tick these, okay? So it'll show you your other 3 pages. Okay, so I've got 4 pages, so it's showing them. Now edit the owner. Probably going a bit fast for it. Okay, so I'm the only owner of the page, so I've got that ticked. Okay, go back to view page. I should have unticked a few of them to show you, but that's how you do it. So we have the 3 pages come up myself. Now you need to do this on each page, so I might just go back to my profile, because I don't think I've got everything on there. I'll do another demonstration. Okay, so it's showing 3 pages. Now if you want to take them off, you just press edit here. Okay, so I can edit it here. Okay, currently have no likes. Click away to connect. Right, so it's taken me straight into this page. Got no likes, so we've got no likes. Just view it. So I have 673 likes for this page. Okay, I don't have my other pages there. Page owner. Okay. I don't know why the other pages on this one are not showing up.
I think, David, when I second page, I had to actually go to this page and make sure it was left by my personal one, and then add it from there in the edit section.
Right, okay. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Just have a play around with it. But it sort of gets a bit confusing when I'm showing multiple pages. That's a plus in my opinion, which you can have the pages like that, showing on your profile. You can see here. I'd recommend if you've got a couple of pages, just start with one and see what, how to do it. So you see in these slides when I originally did it, select the page, and so forth. Okay, now, for those people who are new, we have the social network 100% free. It's targeted towards online businesses, offline businesses. I'll just give you a quick rundown of it. It's custom. You can custom it. You see these icons here. They're custom icons. I'll probably put up in the last demonstration. But this week, the toolbar is I'm no longer doing training as far as the course I was doing. We do a huge upgrade on the toolbar. I've already started. I don't know whether it's showing up at the moment. Just refresh. But if you see icons come and go, they will be, they'll be replaced or put in a different spot. It's trying to compact it and get things in the right places. And that's how you refresh it if you ever want to refresh it. You don't see it the first time, times, and then if it still doesn't come up, there's an update, just try it again later. But there will be more email services in there. The links page has had, I've been putting in Australian business links this week. So I know that's not relevant to a lot of you, but there will be a lot of new links going in with these as well. But what this toolbar does is it pretty much helps you with everyday business. There's a whole lot of training on it. This is training for marketing survival skills. Just to let people know who are in marketing survival skills, this icon will disappear at some stage, and there will be just a sole training icon with all the links will come back. But probably under this icon, marketing survival skills will come up. A lot of these will be taken off, and there'll be different training sites, and they'll be like on a menu like this sort of thing. I'm trying to find a decent example here. Facebook tips. Okay. So just to compact it down, we're going to try and get all the training and add new trainings as well on here. So marketing survival skills will still be there in the logins, and that'll be there. Some of them I'll take out which aren't too relevant. But these things for you. We'll be moving. I don't know when that'll happen because that's a pretty major job. Everything's got to be replaced. Well, we're hoping for their website to be updated. But there's, like I say, there's various things on this icon which you can use. You saw me use the Facebook. As you can see, I can just interact with Facebook. I can interact with Twitter, LinkedIn, and we've got a whole lot of applications. If you come down in here, you go to choose from thousands of applications. You can just solely go through and custom it. So if these things don't interest you, you can take them off. Okay, this is our third-party application site. Like I say, there's thousands of applications. So, and there's more things under the toolbar here, various applications as well. But just to custom it, as you can see, if you're not interested in the weather or you don't like the Facebook, you can take it off. Take the radio off, take the email notifier off. These are my apps. So right at the moment I've got that ticked. Now as soon as I press OK, they will excuse me, they will go away. But you can also go through and untick these as well. So if something doesn't interest you, or say using the Twitter and you find it better through our applications, you switch them over. But it's very easy to just go through and, as you see now, see how it's just taking those applications off. I left it on it. It's very easy to go through. We have the search engine, which is powered by Google. And with the search engine, you can search Google images, videos, and various other things, so even the applications. So it's not just a search engine. Do we have any questions on any part of the webinar? I've asked that before.
None at the moment that I see.
Okay. So I won't play the videos. I will just run through this. So yes, you can custom it. I'll just go to my Skype. Now, what I would like to ask people is if they have the time, add me to Skype. My Skype is dcompanyau. And over the course of this week, if there's any websites you use and you feel you'd like to see them on the toolbar, just have a chat with me on Skype or just list them and I'll have a look at them. I mean, there are certain things we won't put on there, but there are other things we might put on there. What I'm trying to do is, I mean, I can't keep everyone happy, but I'm trying to make your daily life with the toolbar easier. So even company back offices, I won't put multi-level companies at this stage, but I will put companies back offices, I will put email services, just general sites. We're going to look at putting banking sites on there, just everyday use sites which are sort of popular in your area. I may not know about them. So just come across the Skype and just leave me a list and I'll have a look at them as I'm doing it. But that is my goal this week, is to really update the toolbar. Just everyday use sites which are sort of popular in your area. I may not know about them. So just come across the Skype and just leave me a list and I'll have a look at them as I'm doing it. But that is my goal this week, is to really update the toolbar and keep it relevant. If content's not relevant, it's not going to be on there. So the other thing is the email list. If you join this email list here, it's on the website, on the Saturday Night Live website. So it's in the, if you scroll the chat box, it's in there. I'll just do it again. That's not going to let me copy it for some reason. But it's Saturday Night Live with daviddettmann.com. Actually, why don't I just highlight this so you can subscribe.
It's in the chat box. I can see it.
Yeah, it defaults to the chat box. Didn't know that, did you, Kat? So that's our mailing list. So hopefully now things are settled down. I'll try and get topics out a bit earlier for you. The go-to meeting reminders will just come out a day beforehand and that. But if you join the mailing list, you'll get, if we do a promo video, we'll get it out there. And we'll also tell you what the topic is earlier in the week. Apart from that, that's about it. Got any further questions before we head off? The other thing is I'm working on last week's recording. It is pretty much ready to go out. I've just got to do a couple more things. It had to be re-recorded from the screenshot. So hopefully this one will be okay. But thank you, Roland. Thank you, Sue. Thanks, Steve. Loves the chickens. I ate them after last night recording videos, and they were up at 4 a.m. and I couldn't do the recording. So I went back to bed.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Okay, well, we'll end it there, Kath. Don't forget, next week you're welcome to invite people to these webinars. I will soon have products around these programs which you can actually affiliate and sell. They won't be coming out until probably December. I'm working on them as we speak. So, but I'll let you know as they go, how they go. So have a great weekend, guys, and until next time. Okay, thanks for watching the webinar recording. Sorry I had to be screenshotted again. We're still having a few technical problems with GoToMeeting. However, this is a quick out. Anyway, look forward to seeing you on the next webinar. This is David Dettmann, and thank you again.